have you seen the most growth from the quarterback so far?
You know, I think most importantly the footwork from day one, especially. That's something I really emphasize when we talk about throwing starts with your feet, and things aren't going to be perfect, obviously, but when things are good, we've got to have a plan with our feet. And I thought day one they came out and they were all over the place, and it's something we talk about every day in film, so the improvement should come, but it has come, and obviously if your feet time up with the route better, the timing should be better and everything. So that's been something we've really worked on and talked about, and I think they've improved on quite a bit.
What are your thoughts on Saturday's practice? I know there's some scrimmage emphasis in there and stuff like that.
I thought we did some good things, some really good things. You know, we were pretty explosive, especially towards the end. We started playing a better tempo. You start, wearing those guys down. The run game really improves because you got those guys tired. You know what I mean? So that's one thing we talked to them about that I'm proud of. But we did a lot of good things, and especially once the scrimmage period started. You know, and that's for the first time you really get to try to play fast, and we need to play faster than we did. But that's the first opportunity we've really had to where personnel's unscripted and play faster and really get going. And you see it looks better, you know, because the blitzes don't get home because they're harder to get dialed up. And, we're getting the ball out of our hand quicker. Again, you wear them out, all of a sudden the run game starts to just crease them. And our guys have a little more energy than their guys do all of a sudden. And so you start pushing them around a little bit. Running backs break a couple of arm tackles, and all of a sudden you pop them big ones. So it was encouraging to see, and we have to keep improving. You know, there's a lot of things we could have cleaned up that would really make it better. We could play faster. And that's one thing we talked about. We still got to get lined up, and they still got to get used to that tempo. But it takes work and then time. It's like, after practice 6, that's pretty good work, I thought.
You're 7 practices in now. What do you feel you've learned about this quarterback group?
Oh, we got a good group, and they want to be good. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing. You got to want to be good, and our guys do. And so, again, we got to get a lot better, and we will. You know what I mean? And decision making and stuff like that, it just comes with reps and comes with experience. And the more reps you have at certain plays, and again, that's the reason we break down our install like we do. This is the 3rd time, I guess, that we've gone over this install, and so it's been the same stuff. So we've got to continue to improve, but that'll happen with reps, and we're doing that.
How do you think Kedon Slovis looks specifically?
Really good. He's I've been really, really shocked with how quickly he's picked it up and how well he's played. I hate that he missed last week, had a little illness or whatever he had, but when he's in there, he just does everything right. He's good with his feet. He has a really nice natural motion. The ball jumps out of his hand, and he's picked the offense up. Again, it's probably because it's new for everybody. It probably honestly helps him because it's not like he's 2 years behind anybody. He's the same day as everyone else. So, but he's picked it up extremely quick. The stage isn't too big for him. He's doing some really, really good things. Again, he just has to keep improving, keep being coachable like he's being. And if he does, like I said, the sky's the limit for that kid.
With the wide receivers and the idea of teaching them how to go to grass, and it sounds like a simple concept, but can it be hard for guys who are used to running a certain route and having to run the route and then giving them more freedom to just
it takes a minute to adjust. And I think the toughest place to learn it is like hot routes because we have routes, and at the top of the routes, again, they're just working to trying to find grass and trying to find the best place to be. But when they're hot, that's where I think we can continue to grow the most. But the thing about it is you can't simulate that unless you get live, full speed reps. And so the only way you can work on your hot routes and stuff is to get blitzed. And just because the way practice is designed, you're only going to get a few of those, or an X number of those a day. So again, the only way to get better at that is to get reps at it. But that's the one place that I think it's the hardest and takes the most time to figure out kind of really where your grass is. And that's because, again, whenever they're blitzing, sometimes you might bend it off. Sometimes you may stay more vertical. Sometimes you may just kind of throttle off the ball right where you are, whatever the case may be. And so that takes time to get a feel for it. But, we got a special group of receivers. And I think when you got guys as talented as they are, really letting them play makes it fun for them. And so they're doing a really good job of understanding where they need to be and kind of where their grass is. But, again, I think that the place that we can improve the most is just figuring out where the grass is on hot routes.
Is there a certain receiver that you feel like has picked that up really fast?
They've all been they're all smarter than I give them credit for, probably. And a lot of it's probably because what they've done in the past compared to what they've done in the past, we've really simplified it. So I think it's pretty easy for them, but they're all pretty smart. Almond Raw and Pitt, they just play as hard as they can play every rep. And whether they run the right route or not, if you go as hard as you can possibly go, good things usually happen for you. And so that's why you see those guys have success. TV's extremely talented. Tyler's extremely talented. Can really stick his foot, get out of cuts, understands grass, understands leverage, understands how to get open. So he's had some success with to it. And the other guys are doing a lot of good things. You know, Devin, JJ, some of those guys I've been pleasantly surprised with. And again, as many times we throw it, you don't get lots of cuts at it. And so we just have to keep getting better. But they've bought in. They're starting to understand what we're trying to do, where we're trying to attack, the techniques we're trying to teach that we're tweaking a little bit, probably from what they've done in the past. And that's the thing. As long as we just keep working on the small details, we're going to be special.
Let's go one more.
How well do you think the offensive line has adjusted to the changes?
Again, I think we simplify things for them too as well. And especially if you watch Saturday, the team scrimmage, you know, they really started getting some great push on them, and again, tempo helps with that, and playing fast helps with that. And so they started moving the line of scrimmage big time and doing some good things. And in pass protection, you know what I mean? And if anything, all we've done is simplified it. We've taken out most protections and said this is what we want to do and get really good at it. And so I think they've adjusted really well. We have some guys that are really athletic, and when you're big and athletic, you're usually a pretty good player, and we got some of those. So that'll make it fun. And they're doing a good job again, just like all of them. We got to continue to improve, and if we do, we'll be really good. But for the most part, they've done a lot of good things. We just have to continue to emphasize improving every day. And if they can continue to get better, the defense is doing some good things and bringing some good blitzes. They're good for us to see. And so, you know, seeing those is only going to make us better, because then, again, they'll improve and get used to seeing different things and pick up the tough blitzes, and then everything else will be easy.
Good. Thank you.